But at that time, there was a pre-season game against the Lithuania team, and my agent at the time was married to a Lithuanian woman. So they said, come out for a trial. I went out for a trial. It didn't come into play that I wouldn't know the language. It didn't come into my mindset that I wouldn't like the food. It didn't come into my mindset that I would be the only black person. None of that. I was going to play football. And my first pre-season game was different, getting sent off, but it was that. It just kicked off, and then around the crowd, it literally started a chant, zigga, 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 shoot the effing N, zigga, zigga, and it just started to get louder and louder. And I just remember thinking, wait, what? And this is all while the game's going on, so 100 things are going through my mind as it stands. And I remember being like, I came off, so half-time came, spoke to, we had our captain at that time. He played in Denmark, so he could speak English. So I remember just tapping him because the manager's talking. I can't understand a word he's saying. So I'm just sitting there, like, more thinking, bruv, what does this word zigga? And he just looked at me and just nonchalantly said, oh, it means nothing. They're just rhyming it with the word. And then just turned back and listened. And not saying that, it was just all nonchalant, you know. And I'm thinking, wait, what? So anyway, we go out, second half. Again, as soon as I touched the ball, the chant starts. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm coming off. So I remember coming off at that time and then just saying, listen, I'm going home. And I say this, and I'm 42 now, and this was 22 years ago, but I remember the phone call like it was yesterday. I phoned my brother and I say to him, listen, bro, I'm coming home. And he says, listen, I won't tell you to stay anywhere that you don't feel comfortable, but if you leave, they win. And I remember him saying that, but at that point, I was so in my feelings that I was like, I'm coming home. But the next morning, I just remember thinking, wow, nobody's kicking me out of anywhere. And I think as a life lesson in what that taught me was, first, I was like, nobody's kicking me out of nowhere. And second, I stayed, scored goals. And you know, football's fickle at the best of times. But what those same fans, I mean, and I skipped past, as half the people that was chanting were my own fans, that we had real ultras that was in the corner. And they were my fans. They joined in with the away team fans. But what it did teach me after that those ultras that were singing on the first game was all of a sudden, when I scored goals, was hailing me. So I remember at 18 just thinking, you know what? Life can be fickle, but generally things or individuals are scared of just the things that they don't know. I was the first black person in the league. I was one of 4 black people in the whole city of Clypedo that we stayed in.